I loved going back to school, and we did get a lot of new stuff. And you'd walk into the classroom, you get new textbooks, and you get new pencils and new papers. And that was all grammar school. Junior high, high school, forget it. It's just a whole different experience. Hello, I'm Archbishop Christopher Coyne, and this is Coffee with the Archbishop. And joining me today in his sartorial splendor is Mr. David Elliott.
I like the alliteration.
I do, but well, the thing is, it's kind of warm in here right now because it's a hot day.
A little toasty.
A little toasty.
The lights, I think the lights add a lot.
You're not perspiring. That's what
No, I wiped it all off before shooting.
It's good. It's good to be here.
Well, and we are
It's
in, I guess,
summer, it's
at least the
August.
dog days of summer, I guess you would call it. Now, right around this time, I have a lot of memories. I would say you feel that little twinge of slightly lukewarm air, not cold air, at night. It starts to feel like it's back to school time when you're a youngin'. What are your memories of being?
Before we go there, didn't we talk about the dog days on one of our?
We did. We made a reference to "Dog Days Are Over" by Florence and the Machine.
Right, and then we had to look up. Dog Days refers to the fact that the dog star appears in the sky.
Oh, right.
During
yes.
these weeks.
Yep.
And so it's more the dog days of summer, the tail end of the summer, which is dog star.
Okay, so it's not really the middle, so it's more the tail end. Okay.
It's more the tail, yeah, I like that. The dog, more the tail.
Right. Oh, the tail.
So we get.
Listen, it writes itself.
I am a clever person. With these things, I like to say. Yeah, I don't have to go back to school anymore. No mas.
No.
They want me to learn. I'm trying to learn Spanish, but I just keep saying I can't learn another language. No mas.
But is that a fun time for you to recall? I know we talk about looking back and nostalgia sometimes, but I often this time of year it's kind of hard. You go into Target or you go into the grocery store, you see all the paraphernalia, all the gear, all the back to school stuff, and it kind of takes you back, I think, to a particular time and place. What do you remember about that time in your life?
I loved grammar school. I love this when I grades up to sixth grade, and then you get into junior high and high school, and I didn't like high school. I didn't like either junior high or high school.
Why not?
Because I was just like one of those geeky kids who wasn't good at sports and
Oh, really?
all that stuff. But I also had a mouth on me, So, I was quick. I was always picking fights because I was always getting into fights and picking fights because I had something to say to the wrong person at the wrong time.
Okay.
And on the playground, or even playing basketball or whatever. I tried to play the sports.
I was going to say, I could see you as a basketball player.
I was
You're tall.
ungainly. Age 12, all of a sudden I'm 6 inches taller than my brothers, and nothing works. I go to reach for something and I'm knocking it over because all of a sudden the arms and legs, and I had to grow into my body. I had to grow into all that. So it was just like, and I was just, I was just a kid. I was the fourth. I was the middle child. So yeah, I did okay, but I never really excelled junior high and high school. I just kind of floated through it and took care of it. But I loved going to school in the elementary school. The teachers were just so nice, and it was just interesting. And
did you go to public school? Or did you go to Catholic
I went to
school?
public school when I was one of the special kids, which means they accelerated. Special in the sense that the school recognized that we had some smarts, and especially in my case, I would get bored, and so I was always given special projects to do. So the teacher would say, "Why don't you do some research on this, and then you can do a presentation to the class."
Okay.
And so
you were given. So you were punished for being.
No,
smart.
I love doing it.
Okay.
Because if I'm reading in front of the class, it's like, look at me. I'm
Right.
I'm a middle child. I want attention. And that was the way it was. And so that was 5th and 6th grade. Then I get into junior high, and junior high all of a sudden it's like massive, and you're going to different grades, and you're just one more little cog in the middle of everything else.
I never had that experience in Catholic school.
Oh, yes, you went to Catholic school. I went to public school.
Yeah.
And my graduation class was like 580 kids or something like that.
Oh, that's ludicrous. Yeah, that's so many people.
Yeah, it was big.
Yeah.
Bubenheimer.
I went to K through 8 at St. Vincent de Paul in East Haven. And we had I think they capped the classes at like 28, something like that.
That's good because a lot of places you'd have 40 kids in a class.
Yeah.
No, it was even a little earlier for you than that. So, Catholic schools have had a whole different culture and a whole different way of thinking. But they were stricter too. I mean,
yes.
Some of the stuff we used to pull in high school, which I'm not going to talk about. Catholic, you wouldn't get away with a Catholic school.
That's for the subscrition-only folks
if you really want
who want to pay for the after-hours.
It'll come out after my tell-all after I'm deceased, something like that.
But back to school. So did you I don't know about you. When I was a child, I loved getting a new backpack, getting a new pencil case.
That was the other thing about
all the simple joy. I think that's what I miss about it is sort of the simple joys of something really kind of small and insignificant, but that kind of made back to school a lot more fun.
Well, again, in my family, I was in the middle, and so that was the way it was when you were in the grammar school. Yeah, everything. But when you go in junior high, my family's like, see ya. Go take care of yourself.
You were left to your own devices.
Yes. You
Right.
might get some new, mother or father might get you some new clothes or something like
Right.
that. But
A new pair of PF Flyers, perhaps.
yeah, that was about it. But
Okay.
then I started working too. I was
Oh,
working,
really?
I was working when I was 13, 14. So even in junior
legal?
high, it was, yeah. It was,
Back then,
I was,
times
I
were
was
different.
working on the side. I was
Right.
not legal.
Right.
Yeah, I was picking up trash in a couple of industrial parks.
Wow.
But it was
That's
all
how,
cash.
hey, you build character.
It was all
right?
cash. Wow.
Picking up trash at 13. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
well, it
it's-
was a lot of adults. I mean, the truck drivers that was an education, because I was interacting with them while I was dealing with all the trash coming
that's
out.
your street.
It was the
education.
canteen truck, the trucks where they drive up and then they'd open up the side and there'd be soda and sandwiches and coffee at the back, and they would go they'd go to the different industrial parks or construction sites, and that's what they do. So they were called the canteen trucks, and the place that I helped out had like 50 of them going in the morning to stock up, and then coming in the afternoon to stock up again.
Okay.
And they would just throw everything on the ground. So as they're getting rid of the donut box,
Wow.
even though I'd put a barrel right there. But the owner would pay us cash to come in,
Nice.
and that's, you're 14 years old and they're walking away every day with 20 bucks.
That's a good take for. What would you spend that 20?
Back then in
on?
1971, 72, 20 bucks. I
Nice.
bought a new bike. Bicycle.
New bike.
Yeah,
I was going to say 71.
But getting
72.
back to the question, so I loved going back to school, and we did get a lot of new stuff, and you'd walk into the classroom, you get new textbooks, and you get new pencils and new papers from the teachers and all that. And that was all grammar school. Junior high, high school, forget it. It's just a whole different experience.
I guess
I
you're
made
right.
it through. I did.
You did. And you lived to tell the tale.
I did, and I really didn't start to excel until I got into seminary. I just kind of cruised through stuff, even college.
I'm fixated on this trash pickup thing. What was the nastiest thing you found that you had to pick up?
Coffee grounds.
Oh, yeah. How do you clean it?
They would
you have like a.
They would. So in other words, they had the big urns in the back, and they put the big paper in it, and they put the basket in, and then a pound of coffee in, put the basket, put it up, and then they take like a big container, and they let the water through, and then they pour it through, and they do like once or twice, so that the whole thing would thing right. And then they take the basket, and I put the barrel right there next to them. They take the basket, and they just go.
How did that not harden your little soul?
Well,
or maybe it did. I don't know.
My brothers were working there too.
Oh, okay. So you guys could commiserate with.
The owner was also cheap, so that he, when you put the stuff in the dumpster, he'd make us climb up and jump it to trash it down.
That's
So
disgusting.
you'd be in there, and you'd be. Well, the clothes we wore were just the clothes that we'd wear. We wouldn't
Right.
wear them anywhere else.
Okay.
And they would. They last. The sneakers would last like a month.
Okay.
And pants would last like a month. You have to throw them away. So
that story is another one you'll be saving for your memoir, perhaps. Released after you go to your eternal reward.
yeah.
Okay. Character building in the back to school
Well,
times.
I was like, wow, I
in
can't
the,
believe that they just did that to that guy's truck because of me. I was like, oh.
the rough and tumble days of Woburn in the 70s.
I
It's
know,
amazing.
I know how much is going to be cut out.
I don't know. I think it's all good. It's all good stuff.
Well, this turned into a whole different segment.
Yeah, it did.
It doesn't. School days.
It's fine. School days,
DAZE.
Yeah.
This is Archbishop Christopher Coyne. You've been watching Coffee with the Archbishop. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.